let's say you have $86,400 to spend in one day. Like, wouldn't you want to spend all of it? And because if you don't, you won't get it back. Well, basically, you have 86,400 seconds in a day. So you got to spend every single one of those seconds because you're never going to get them back after that day. Like, once that day passes, those seconds are gone. And, like, you'll look back on it and, like, let's just say you didn't do anything, then it's like all that passed for nothing. You can't take time for granted. You really got to, like, make every single second count.
What came first, the fruit orange or the color?
What a way to start. Probably the color. Oh wait, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, but the color probably.
The color. I
Or
disagree.
fruit.
Because
I'm so
before
lost.
there's like the fruit from the tree. I don't think they're known colors.
Right.
Oh wait, the name actually. Anyways,
that's a good question, but
yeah, podcast episode.
number 4.
Yeah, love to see it, man.
This officially marks like a whole month of podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Because each week, a whole month.
Once a week, huh? That's good.
It's great.
It's good though, I love these. It's not like any work either. When you like what you're doing, then like if you like your job, you know what they say, you never like work a day in your life.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You got to choose something that you're interested in. So if you want like a specific job, you really got to go for it and like keep trying.
And yeah, it's got to be something you like to do, because not life. Work is most of your life. You're young and then you go to work until you're like whatever, like old, and then you retire. That's like most of your life. You have to have a job that you like. If you don't, then you're never going to be happier.
That's a good 40 years of your life.
Yeah.
Spent like
more than half.
That's why like you definitely need a job that you
love.
Especially since like you never know what's gonna happen. So
you have to work hard.
If you hate your job, like you never know what's gonna happen. So that's why it's like if you have a good job, then you don't really regret anything you're doing. Like you're just living each day to the most you can, enjoying your work and all that, and like
yeah, man,
which is good.
And like and you won't have to be like, oh, I gotta go to work, or like you're gonna be happy about going.
You're gonna be motivated, waking up early, getting ready.
I feel like when you say work, people say it's work because they don't like it, and when you think of work, it's like going to like an office job or like something like that. But work can be like for other people just like YouTube videos or something, which is not even considered work to me because it's not work.
Same.
Maybe not, but like I don't know how to say it. If you like what you're doing, it's not work.
Yeah, and that's why like being creative is great because especially for YouTube. Like you could just like choose an idea that you're so passionate about.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
You can do anything on YouTube now.
And then
like whatever you want to do. There's some like crazy things, and you just need creativity and like new ideas.
That's why it's a different type of job than most people would have YouTube, but like I would say it's a great one.
Yeah, that's kind of what more people are doing now, though.
Yeah, a lot more people.
Yeah.
That's why it's like so much more challenging to start YouTube now.
Yeah.
Because back then, not as many people would do it, so like your video would get more views since people would click on it more. But now the fact that everyone's like posting pretty much, because when you're young, pretty much everyone's dream job is to become a YouTuber. Like who hasn't thought of that?
Because like you're younger, you're always watching it and stuff. You're like, I want to be like him today or something. But also the thing that I don't like now, it's like you can see some like amazing. This is about like TikTok. You can see some amazing artists on TikTok, and then there's like Charli D'Amelio over here, doing like some like little video of nothing.
The most random stuff.
And then she like blows up, and then that person that like puts hard work and trying all their videos and actually was like working for it doesn't get that much,
Exactly. That's why sometimes I feel like social media is unfair.
Yeah.
Because some people put way more work than others in.
These big creators can do nothing and blow up. It's light.
And it's crazy how some things blow up and some things don't. Like, some guy doing, like, photography or something who puts a lot of work each day and editing
like,
and everything.
People that, like, you can see the good editing or just doing, like, stuff that you have to pay for or, like, even just, like, I don't know. But, like, if you think it took a lot of work to do it, just, like, drop a like because, if you would want that to happen to you.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I always tend to support people that are like
Yeah.
different than
Even if
others.
it's just like some random
Uh-huh.
video of like 0 likes, 0 comments, and it's just like a black screen, I'll just like it and
I would
scroll.
still like it just because
Yeah.
it makes them, the people who made it, like
Yeah,
when you
'cause
give them
I
a
know
like.
that feeling. I'm on
Uh-huh.
TikTok and I'm not that like big yet, but still I always appreciate those things.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like the people that get the like, they probably feel so much more motivated because whenever I gain a
Exactly.
subscriber or like, I always like
That's one more
it
closer
pushes
to
me
my,
to work
to being
harder.
famous, my
Exactly, and
dreams.
it's like
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
just
man.
know like you're actually growing and you're not just in the same spot, just constantly overthinking like, is this gonna work for me? Is
Uh-huh.
it not gonna work? But
Yeah.
when people like it and support you, then you know like.
And I feel like once you have a certain amount, then that's gonna help you get more views and more people seeing it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know the theory about like of phobias.
Mhm.
So you know how the like people have scared of things.
Yeah.
It's because in your past life, you died because of that thing. Like if it's
That's
like
crazy. That's a way.
um,
That's a different way to think about
yeah,
it. Like,
there's so many things like that. But if it's like
but what if
you
you
don't
have
want to go skydiving,
Uh-huh.
you like died like that in your past, snakes, whatever.
But what if you have like more phobias? Like you're scared of like
True, 'cause
snakes
there's
and
a lot of
clowns. Then
things.
like you couldn't have died of all those
Yeah,
things.
well maybe how many past
never
lives have
know.
you had? Because
Oh
there's
yeah,
the other
that's
theory.
true.
Every birthmark is the way you got like killed. Like if there's a birthmark on your arm, it could be the way you got shot
But
or
then,
stabbed.
uh-huh.
But I don't know.
But
about
then
that,
again,
'cause
like
there's
if
people
you
with,
have one
like,
on your
a
arm or
lot.
something, how does that work? Because
But
like you can't
there's
die from
people
that.
with one here, and like here and like here.
Oh,
But,
what
like,
we're trying to say
yeah,
is like
yeah.
it goes from one part of the hand or like to
It
the
goes
other.
to
So
like one part of the arm to the other side into like their shoulder, like a
So-
bullet or something.
so it actually like goes through
Mm.
one side and exits from the other.
Yeah.
So it's like actually
You can't
like
do this on an
a
audio
bullet or a
podcast.
stab. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
That's crazy. When you really think about it like that, it could have happened. Like you could have
Yeah.
had past lives, and that's how you died.
Man, this could be a simulation. Elon
knows?
Musk said there's like a 50% chance or something that this is actually one.
A simulation.
Well, like this is not like an I don't even know it, but it's something like
Where
that.
are we controlled by? Like
No, it's like
we're like.
it could be like we're just like playing or like we're even if it's just like a game. It's just
Oh.
like a game and then we're just like once we die, we like wake up with like our alien buddies or something, you know?
Damn.
Who knows? Also yeah,
The crazy thing is like this generation's so fast. Like
yeah, man.
in the older days, like everything was like slower and all that, but this stuff could happen in like a blink of an eye. Like
Yeah, especially with like the TikTok things now, trends going by so
Exactly.
quickly, man. Like
some trends are literally gone
less
in
than
like
a week.
less than a week. There's trends that
Uh-huh.
have like left in like 24 hours and they're gone.
Yeah,
It's only
it's
like
crazy.
you got to be on top of everything now, and like
Yeah.
especially for like
And I
your
feel like
so-
songs are like dying quicker and
Uh-huh.
stuff.
everything's like.
Some
Yeah.
like clothes, like the way people were dressed. And,
I feel like this has been happening for a while now because a good example of that is like I saw this TikTok and it's like you were in middle school like in this 1 second you were in middle school and the next you're graduating from high school. Like that
Yeah,
just shows how
man.
fast time goes. Which is why you got to appreciate every single second of your day because you never know. Like time
Exactly.
goes so fast and then you're never going to get that time again. Like
yeah, and also you have to do stuff in your day because you know.
yeah, you
like,
can't just
you're
sit
not-
around and
yeah,
lose
yeah.
the time.
You're not gonna remember the things when you're like not doing anything. I think I said this before, but like you know, you're not like here. Like if you don't do anything all day, you're not gonna remember that, and you
Uh-huh.
want to like die with no regrets. You know, you want to like have a life that you're remembered and are proud of.
Which is why I'm trying to push myself to do like some things that I wouldn't normally do. Like
Like what do you mean?
I don't know, but like
Like
Lately-
challenges or like
lately I've been trying to do like crazier things that like before I would be like, oh, that's not a good idea, or like
like
Whatever.
things that are like. Do you mean like ways to like push yourself like physically or
Uh-huh.
like things
physically
that are
and
just having
mentally,
fun?
like having fun
Having
and like,
fun. Okay.
but basically trying to push myself physically and mentally to the most I can,
Yeah,
so
me
that
too,
I
man.
can get the most out of our days and like.
Also, when I say that, also I'm like doing things that like
The average person doesn't really do.
also
or, like,
yeah like getting out of my comfort zone. Most people
That's a
don't
big
like
one.
that. Like and I don't really like it, but
Exactly.
you got to do it because I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Like I go in like the pool and it's like frozen. I like to take cold showers. go for like runs when it's freezing, do all this like grind stuff, you know, because that's like a really important thing to help you grow. Is like getting out of your comfort zone.
So basically, when you do things like that are out of your comfort zone, that's where you can learn most of the time. Because if you do the same things, so
Like-
let's say you don't do things out of your comfort zone and you just have your regular routine, you're already used to that. So it just has become a routine for you. You're not learning anything new or doing anything else that's different. But
Is
when
it
you
like
do things like
learning, if like teaching yourself that like, oh, I can actually do this?
yeah,
Or
like
is it like you're
pretty much
yeah.
learning that, like, because people are scared
Oh.
when they do things out of their comfort
I know
zone
what you mean, like
because
so
of the fear. But you're
exactly,
pretty much
'cause you have
learning
the
that
fear in your head.
that like it's just in your
like,
head.
yeah.
Like you could
'Cause
get
most
over
of
the
time,
fear of
things are
that.
in your head.
Uh-huh.
There's literally like
That's true.
there's literally a fact. I think it's like, what if you're ever like let's like doing something on your own, like you have to do something for your like cut or broken
Uh-huh,
finger, like unwrapping it. If you do it, it's not that bad. But when the doctor does it, your brain makes it so it hurts more, like so you're more careful.
Because
Because
is it because
it's
like
kinda
the
like that-
fear of
kinda
other people
that,
doing
and
it?
also
or-
kind of like, you know, when you're younger and like your mom, you have to like,
yeah.
kind of like, but I don't know, not like that.
Sakes.
I don't know, but the meaning is your mind is really powerful.
It really
and
is.
It can tell you things, not just comfort zone. Like it could bring you down, tell you you're not good enough and you're not gonna make it, but you just gotta like, just like, say okay to it and just like keep going. You know,
A
take
big
it for its opinion or something. And
a
just-
big example of that is like I saw a video of one of like some people that are able to like literally get burned alive or like feel like sit in fire because
Yeah.
they're not thinking like
'Cause
they have a different mindset on.
It's not like they're any different from you. They're human
Uh-huh.
too. They just have the mind power and have a different mindset, like you said.
It's all about the mind. Like
Yeah.
fear is all in your head.
Your mind makes everything worse, but I know what you mean. Like you're teaching yourself that you're like, oh, like I can do this, and it's not that bad.
Which is why, like, the more things that you do that are out of your
Exactly.
comfort zone, the more like you get over that fear that you have,
Uh-huh.
that you might have.
or you know,
or,
how
like,
when you have to get a shot or something, or you have
Uh-huh.
to do something
Yeah.
that's big, you're like, okay, just do it. That's not
Uh-huh.
that bad, actually.
after when you get
Yeah.
over it, it's like, yeah, it's not that
So
bad.
if you
or,
can
like-
control that, then that's like a big skill, because and the way to do that is by just doing more things out of your comfort zone, and not like the normal things.
That is definitely a big thing.
Yeah.
That's also one of the things that I want to change this year. Like, I definitely want to do
Oh yeah.
more things out of my comfort
For
zone.
sure. That's sick, man. But back about that death thing. Okay. So if someone could tell you how you were gonna die, would you want to know?
How I was gonna die?
How
yeah.
you were gonna die. Not when, just how.
Then how?
You
I
would know?
guess. I don't think it's that, like, crazy. I don't know if it's like.
Mhm.
But then if he's like, oh, you're gonna like be in a car crash or something, I feel like I would be scared
Exactly.
to like
That's why I don't
drive
wanna
a
know.
car. So maybe not.
Because I want to be just like natural, because you can't stop the flow of life. Even if you knew and you're preventing it, I feel like it's still gonna happen, because like even if you knew, that's just how the future is gonna react to that situation in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then what if it's
Because
like
it's-
a random situation, like
Well, maybe, I guess.
you're on some like boat or whatever, and it's just like in the ocean, it just like flips over and like you die in the
Yeah.
ocean there. Like, I don't know, you're just like a hypothetical situation, and you're just on a boat for some reason, and like it flips over and you
Oh.
drown in the oceon. But
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
just don't go on a boat for the rest of your life,
Yeah,
and like
I guess.
then that's where the
But
weird
then,
part
but
comes
then
in.
it could
Then
be
what
like
happens?
it could be something random, like struck by lightning. You're never gonna go
Yeah.
or something, or like
Uh-huh.
car, as you said. You're never gonna drive in your life or something. You probably.
Then definitely, when you think about it like that,
I would
I
say
definitely
no.
don't want to
Huh.
know.
Yeah, man.
And then especially if someone was to tell you when you were gonna die, I definitely do not want to
Don't
know
wanna
that,
know.
because then you would just be more
Exactly,
scared.
if it's like
The
20
closer it
something
gets,
years.
the closer it gets, the more and
Yeah,
more
especially
scared
if you're
you would be.
healthy or something.
Which is why,
Yeah.
like, you just
I think there's like a movie about that or something. I don't
Mhm.
know.
that's why you just gotta let life go on, and whatever happens happens. Like, that's why you gotta do the most in life, and then if anything does happen, like, you won't regret your
Yeah.
life. Like, you'll have pretty much achieved everything you wanted
Exactly.
to. So then it's like,
I'm not that. That's another thing. I don't think I'm afraid of dying.
me neither.
Yeah.
Because we already did a lot, and we're planning on doing a lot more
Yeah.
each year, different things,
Yeah. I'm
pushing
also.
our limits.
another thing I'm trying to do, like about the like comfort zone thing, is kind of be like more like kind of like not spiritual, but be more like kind of like that, like
Connected to
more
nature
kind of
or
like
like,
that. Just like appreciate more things. Just be more like calm, and
uh-huh.
just like maybe like start like getting into meditating or something. I just
Yeah.
want to be like that, you know.
That's like,
That'd be sick.
that would be like a chill life. Just like,
Because one time, so like this week was kind of like a rough week, like school and stuff and
I
other
agree.
stuff. So and then this is when like kind of changed, and so then it was everything was kind of going bad, and then I just wanted to take a cold shower because that's what I do in situations because it like I think it like helps you with that. So then I did it, and that one time I did it, it felt different. Like I had the mindset of just trying to like chill and liking the cold, and then this feeling felt like so crazy, man. It felt like just like a different, almost like I was like high or something. Bro.
that's crazy.
Like
I mean,
like it's like the thing they would say if someone was smoking like something.
yeah.
But then it just felt so connected, and then after that moment, I wanted to be more, you know.
But then that's the thing. It's all in the mind. Because, like,
Mine,
since you
because I
put
had
your
the mindset.
mindset to
Yeah,
being like
and
that,
then that's exactly it. Because I wake up in the morning to take cold showers, and that's when I have the worst ones. Because I'm already cold, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this.
mhm.
But you know, like, and then that's when I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, you gotta want to do something. Because
Exactly.
if you don't want to do it, you're not gonna enjoy doing it. But if you want to do it, then you're gonna be passionate about
Exactly.
it and like want to improve on it or like constantly do it, create a
Facts.
routine or like
Yeah. And another thing about the comfort zone, even just like being able to get yourself out of bed when your alarm clock goes off, that's a big thing because that's one of the hardest parts, you know.
for a lot of people.
Yeah, and just like getting up and wanting to, and then once you're up, you can be like, okay, I'm up now, so I can do the stuff I want to do.
Are you able to get out? Like,
Well, like sometimes it's rough, but like I've been pushing myself. I think I'm. What about you?
I think like 5 out of like 7 days of the week, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
I
there's
agree.
always like that 1 or 2 days
Where
of
I
the
put
week
the
where I'm
timer.
like so tired and
Yeah.
like I just don't want to get up. But mostly I'm like,
But that's when
the alarm rings
that's
and I'm
when
like
you
up
grow.
doing.
If you can push yourself to that, that's again
Yeah.
mental.
I never fall back asleep. It's just like
Yeah.
tiring.
I put another
to-
alarm clock on. It doesn't go off.
Oh.
but yeah, man. What was I gonna say?
Once I wake up, I can't actually fall back asleep. That's the weird thing.
Me too.
People are able to
Exactly.
fall back asleep,
Like,
but I can't.
Especially if they
I know I'm
do
awake.
something and then me
Uh-huh.
too. I'm not like that.
I don't know why.
I'm not the one to take naps either.
Me neither. I don't think I've ever taken a nap.
Yeah.
Unless when I was younger or whatever. I don't really remember. But
Like the baby years, but
uh-huh. At least I haven't taken a nap for a while. No.
yeah. You know that thing, you know Yellowstone Park.
Uh-huh.
You heard about it before? I think or something like that. It's called
Yeah.
Yellowstone. It's like a
Oh yeah, Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
Yeah. So basically the theory. It's not a theory. I think it's a fact. So there's like certain things of water where it's like stuff coming from the ground and it's like bubbling and I think it's
Is
heated
that like
maybe.
geysers or like those things
Yeah,
that
kind of
shoot
like
up?
that.
at
But so basically, underneath that whole thing, it's like this huge volcano thing, and if it erupts, so it was supposed to like erupt or something every this many years, and the year when it was supposed to, it didn't. So it's like past.
Oh, so it could happen.
And
anytime.
when it does, it could be the end of the world because it's like huge.
Is it like
Or
that
something.
crazy?
Yeah, it could end the world.
Dang.
So you know,
And it was supposed to happen already.
I
and
think
it
so.
didn't?
Yeah. So you know, it's a
It's like-
crazy thought.
Kind of scary to think about.
Exactly. But you know, have you been hearing those things about like how like the government like released like the files about aliens and stuff, and they're real or something?
I did not, but
I
like
I heard a
there's
bunch
so
of different
many
people
like
talking about it. The same thing as like
there's
that.
the only thing I really know about aliens is like there's so many conspiracy theories about like Area 51 and like the
Oh
government
yeah,
hiding
when they
stuff.
raided it.
But like I listened to this one story like on YouTube or something about like some guy that found like a cave or something near Area 51.
Okay.
And so he went in and then he felt like shaking or like the whole cave was like shaking and he felt like
Seriously?
weird. Then he got out and like made a video about it and he said I'm going back in and I'm going to go further till the end or whatever. That video was
Like he wanted to explore, or he was
Uh-huh.
like,
like he wanted to find out because he
Oh.
came out like he didn't explore the entire thing that first time when it started shaking and stuff, and then he went in later back in the cave, and to this day, no one can find him anymore. Like
Seriously?
he's been gone
Wow.
missing, and that video has been taken off of
Holy.
YouTube.
Yeah,
And like it's only people
bro.
like certain people that like screen recorded it or something have it, but
Uh-huh.
like it's like
That's
that's
crazy.
just like vanished,
I think I do kind of believe in it.
which is kind of crazy. Like
Because there's this thing. So there was this painting like a long time ago, like
Mhm.
almost like when the Mona Lisa was painted or something, and then in that painting, you can see a UFO, and how would they know about that? You
yeah,
know?
that's crazy.
Yeah. Not UFO, but it was like something in the sky that wasn't
Yeah.
a bird or anything. It was like a black dot ish.
There must be some sort of alien.
About that thing, I also talked about this last time. You know how in like the museums where there's dinosaur like bones.
Yeah.
So none of them have the like right amount of bones. Like they don't have the right amount.
Uh-huh.
So there's some missing. So they kind of like made it their own thing. So it kind of
So
could
did they
be
like
something
kind of
different
mold?
because they
like,
don't
a
know.
bone? Yeah.
So there might be some pieces in a rock that are together,
Uh-huh.
but they don't know exactly what it looked like because the bones weren't all together-ish.
Yeah.
There's some like, but basically, so they kind of had to make it themselves. Like it
Yeah.
might have not been accurate, but what's one of them that are all always the same, right? The skull,
Yeah.
like the head. So there's this theory that there wasn't dinosaurs, but there was like dragons. It's kind of weird, but
Mhm.
but because it's kind of the same thing, and how do also what I said last time. How do all these different cultures from other side of the like world back then all have the dragon in it?
That is
Like the same thing, you know?
There's
There
not
has to be
much
dragons.
talk about dinosaurs, at least from
Yeah,
what
you don't
did.
see like dinosaurs and like
Uh-huh.
stuff back then. You see like dragons.
There's a
many
lot
things.
of talk of like people know mostly. I mean, dinosaurs are more like famous or like people know more about dinosaurs. But if you really look at like back then, like
Yeah.
the cave drawings too and all that, there's
Yeah,
like
you
a
don't
lot
see-
of dragons,
you see, like, dragons
drawn and
and,
like
like,
all that.
Japan
And you never
is-
know, like they kind of the head sort of
Yeah.
does like
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah. There's another theory about like the dinosaurs kind
Mhm.
of stuff. So basically, you know how there was water on Mars?
Yeah.
So people say it's just a theory. So basically, they say that we used to live there, but then you know how like this planet's getting kind of destroyed,
Yeah.
but then that happened there. So then the last living people, we had to send on a pod to Earth, and that was a meteor that killed the dinosaurs, and the two people were Adam and Eve.
That's a crazy
I know, right?
that's a crazy theory, but that seems a little far fetched. Is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. Like
It's kind of crazy.
the fact that we used to live on a different planet and all
Yeah,
that, but
I
it
know.
does make sense to
Yeah.
some extent at least. Like it could have happened. We
Uh-huh.
don't really know, but there's so many theories out there. Like I probably said that last podcast too,
Yeah,
but like
but
there's
it's
so
true.
many that like you don't really know. Like
Yeah, and,
many
like,
of them are
this-
like crazy too. Like they make sense.
Space and stuff in general
Yeah.
is just crazy. And
Honestly.
So I don't know if this is right. Like I don't know if I'm right. Don't believe me, but I think that there's this thing. So there's this big body of water in outer space that's kind of just like floating somewhere. I don't know where or anything if it's true, but basically that's so big that everyone on Earth, if you gave it to everyone on there, everyone on Earth can have an amount of water that's as big as Earth,
That's crazy.
right?
And it's like floating somewhere, just
Yeah,
like
I
water.
don't even know if it's true though, because it sounds kind of crazy.
That's another like crazy theory.
Yeah.
But like, who comes up with these theories?
Yeah, man.
Like, who has the time to just sit down and be like, oh, so this happened
Yeah.
because of this,
People that
and
like
this, and all
have
that.
that free time, they can just think like that. It's the people that have the imaginations,
Yeah.
you know.
But that's
Also, but you know that like the black holes in space.
Yeah, that's the
those are
thing.
like,
those are scary.
I know, right?
Like, what even happens once
if you go in there,
like, yeah, once you go in, like, is it just like darkness and like
I don't
everything
know.
vanishes? Like, cause like
it's depressing.
I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that at some point we're like on a path to make it into a dark hole. I mean a black hole.
Or like
So like at
molecular
some point we're gonna like
hit one.
hit a black hole, and
It's
I
crazy.
don't
And they're
know.
like huge, man.
They really are. And like, what happens? Like, do they just like suck everything towards the middle and
guess
then
'cause
into like
you know,
nothing?
You know in like the shows how you can see like it getting sucked in,
Uh-huh.
even if it's like a earth like solid.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that. That's crazy, man.
Like
Let's
there's
just send someone in there. Right now.
outer space in general is like crazy.
It's crazy, man. There's so many things.
Like the ocean, there's so many scary things, but outer space, there's like so much more possibilities in outer space
It's true.
because it's just endless, literally endless possibilities. Like it's not
Facts.
just on this earth like the ocean is. It's literally like endless that you don't even know what could be out there. Like aliens, more Earths. Like there could be another Earth with people on it out there somewhere
Honestly,
like-
for sure. I
that
feel
are like the same as us pretty much or like
There's
whatever,
gotta
but
be
they don't
some.
know about us and we don't know about them, and it's
Mhm.
just like that.
it's crazy.
It really is.
But yeah. What's what's one of your biggest failures, and what did you learn from it?
I don't know. Like that's
Like
a
it
good
doesn't have to be
question.
like a biggest, like even just any failure you remember. Like it could be like from like school or
I
just like
think I have one. Like
or,
that's
like,
just like
in like one of your like kind of like things you're doing now with like one of the channels or whatever.
I have like two, one for the channel and one for school. I guess
Alright,
the school one's kind of fun, like funny-ish.
Okay.
But like basically the channel's like failure, definitely the Fortnite channel, because I used to have like a channel like I think a year ago. It got some views, but it was like on video games. And the thing about video games is like they come and go.
Mhm.
Like Fortnite was popular and all that, but now
For
it's dead.
sure.
Just like a lot of games, like they're popular, but then
And
they
that's what
die
you
at
learn.
some point, and that's what I learned. Like
This-
I don't know, I
Okay.
kind of changed from that, which is why I'm mostly
yeah,
centered
I
towards
feel that too.
podcasts and like
I used
more
to be
scary
try hard on
stuff.
video games. As soon as I get home,
Yeah, but now I'm like not as much on
Yeah.
video games. And I guess the second story is like in school, but this was like during I was presenting in front of the class and I said like some word wrong. The entire class starts laughing and I'm just sitting there. I started laughing with them. I didn't want to like
yeah.
be embarrassed. I played it off pretty cool. Like
Mhm.
in the end it was kind of lit the way I played it off.
Yeah, and
like
that's good though, because now that probably like taught you that like
Uh-huh.
those situations aren't that bad.
yeah, in the
That's
end
a-
it's like
that's the scariest, one of the scary moments,
it
in
really
life.
is.
Oof.
Always like presenting in front of the class was one of my
Yeah.
worst fears.
I hate
like,
those things when you have to go on stage or something.
Yeah, just that. It's being in front of people and like having to talk. And that's the thing, like over the years, like I've gained more and more confidence. Like now I'm
Yeah,
not
for
that
sure.
scared.
Me too.
Like I don't really mind that
Mhm.
much, and like I pretty much talk to everyone now-ish. But like yeah.
Yeah, I'm always trying to start conversations or just meet with people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but about that question I asked you before. Ready? So I'm about to say something that's gonna be pretty like deep. Like listen to this clearly.
Bad.
So I heard this on another podcast. Ready? You never lose. You either win or learn.
That's true. Like that's crazy. Even from like your worst failures and all
Honestly,
that. Like
'cause
there's nothing to
you never
lose.
lose because no one's gonna like remember the losses. I said this last time, but it's just gonna
Mhm.
be what you learn from it.
and that's the thing. Like
And I've noticed that in like
uh-huh.
experiences for sure.
Like who cares if they laughed at you or whatever, like all that. Like you just
Yeah.
learn from that, and like next time you'll do better. Like
Exactly.
it's just like, plus you have nothing to lose. It's whatever. You
Yeah.
said something wrong, just like get over it and
Yeah,
all that.
there's
Like
no big deal about it. You have to. It's not the end of the world.
uh-huh.
I'm gonna hit you with another one of those.
Bad.
All right, ready? So, basically, this is kind of like about like if you're like in school right now and like you're not the popular kid and you're trying to be up there, Just always you have to just be yourself, Don't try to be like cool or change because you want to be, like cool or something or
Fit in
change
a
your
friend
ways.
group or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Just be yourself because there's gonna be certain people that you can't see or people you can see. Because, like, you were born an original, so don't die a copy. You
That's
know?
a big one.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, especially, many people try to like copy others just so they can fit in a friend group because
Exactly.
like
Or
they
not
think,
even friend
oh,
group. It's just like
so they
do
can
the
fit
bad
in, I
things
guess.
to be
Uh-huh.
cool. What they
They-
say cool, but that's not actually
Yeah.
cool.
That's the thing. Like you should never change. Like if like many people might be doing like bad things right now because that's where this generation is heading. That's really crazy. Like this generation is heading like worst, like going downhill towards like
You hate to see it.
more time on the phones, more like drugs and like alcohol
Yeah,
and like
especially like
depression
younger
and
people
anxiety.
and
Like
stuff.
it's getting a
being
lot
exposed
worse.
to these things in the old days. I know I wasn't like there, but like this is kind of there.
Yeah,
I know it is.
pretty much, yeah.
But yeah.
But it did change a lot for the past like at least
Yeah.
2-3 years, maybe
Now
even
that's
4 or
like
5. I
it's
don't
just
know.
like everyone's goal, like just to be the coolest, have the most friends. But honestly, you don't need that. No.
That's the thing. You don't need the most friends. You need good friends that you can trust. It's not about like having a lot of friends. It's about having like people that you can trust and rely on.
Exactly. And then the people that aren't are the fake people.
Yeah, because you need people to have your back sometimes, and like,
Yeah, for sure.
like, let's say you have like a lot of friends. Some of them might be like fake friends, and then like
Yeah.
if there's ever a
And
situation
you
where
can
they need to
kinda
back
notice
you
that.
up, yeah.
And fake friends, you'll be there for them in situations, but when you need them, they won't be there for you. Or they'll be there when you
Exactly.
need something, but when it's actually about that, they won't.
Yeah.
And about the popularity thing, listen, it's better to be hated for who you are than liked for who you're not. You know?
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
then at least you like yourself. Because if, that's also in relationships. Before you go out and date other people or like things, you have to know yourself and just sometimes give time to yourself. Because if you don't like know yourself or love yourself, then you can't really love other people. Not like
Yeah.
that, like you can like family stuff, but you have to love yourself first.
There's a lot to learn about yourself too, like
Yeah, exactly.
what you like, what
'Cause
you don't like.
You have to
and all
like
those
know
things.
yourself. You have to like have your like opinions and what you want.
And it takes time. For some people, it takes longer to get to know your like.
But
everything.
it's no rush. It's just
There's a lot.
Yeah. So, about the Super Bowl last time, we said we would. I think that was 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But we forgot to
2.
give you. So yeah, I lost the bet.
So basically, at first we were gonna put like $1 or 2 on the line.
Yeah.
Then when we got there, the game started. Then we changed it to 10, then 15.
Yeah.
So we ended up putting $15 on the line, and the Bucks won. So I basically got $15.
Yeah, man, that was nice.
But the cool thing about that is that now we're basically betting on everything.
Yeah,
Literally everything we do,
This
we're
is
just
my
like
year
betting
for
money.
betting. I don't really bet like that, but I don't know if I am anymore because it's not really working out. But yeah,
Well,
the weekend halftime thing. So people are saying like the series that, how like a bunch of big creators like they say they sold their soul.
Really?
So basically, they're saying that the Weeknd sold his soul for like fame. So you'll give your soul to like the devil, so you'll like go to hell, I think, or something. But then, and you'll be like famous, and you have to like leave Earth at a certain time, like age. Which like honestly, I would never do that.
Me neither.
I'm a pretty religious person, and
The same.
But yeah, I don't know. There's just other things, but the main thing that I believe is the Little Uzi thing. So basically, there's this thing, the 27th Club, and whoever's there, there's a bunch of the people that sold their soul, and then they die at 27.
Yeah.
And right now, Uzi's 26.
Oh, so
And
that's, like,
he
next year.
even said in an interview, he had a picture of like a devil, and then he said, like, I think he said I sold my soul to like this man, and like he's gonna leave this earth at like that age or
crazy.
something.
And a lot of rappers are like.
And the diamond he put in his head, I think he said when it's being removed, he might die when it's being removed. So,
So
that might
if
be.
he removes it next year.
Yeah.
27.
It's crazy.
A lot of rappers are like that 27-year thing. Like they don't make it past 27 and all that. Like
there's also another one, 21 thing.
The 21 Club, Juice WRLD had it in one
Juice
of his
WRLD,
things.
X.
It's like.
It's crazy.
It's like it's starting to pop up in more and more songs. Like it's starting to become like an actual thing. Like at first it was like
saying it.
And
like also there's this thing, how they're saying that if you play songs backwards, there's hidden like demonic messages. Also like them saying about that stuff. Yeah, man, I don't know, it's crazy.
Has anyone like tried playing like those songs that have like the 21 or like we ain't making it past 21 or like 27, like playing them backwards to try and find like hidden messages, like
all the people that died at that age?
Yeah, like has anyone like tried to like
them.
play the songs backwards?
Yeah, I think there's some X, I don't remember, but yeah, for sure.
I would want to try that low-key now, like
we should do it. Yeah, let's get a song. But yeah. Also, remember that theory I said about why switched like a universe. That's why time's
Yeah.
going faster
Yes.
and like headaches or like stuff.
That's crazy.
But
Like-
time is flying, man.
Honestly, bro.
It's already like, what's the date? Hold up. February
bro.
19th.
It was just 2021. Like
Exactly.
it just turned 2021. Like time has been flying
It's
so
crazy.
quick.
I don't mind because it's winter, but and
Yeah.
another thing, ready? So you know how they said the ball drop was like a minute like late or something.
Yeah. That was a big
And also
thing.
they say that the world is spinning faster now. So now 1 minute should be 59 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know. Also, ready? This is the craziest
So
thing.
basically, we're losing like 12 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
We're like all that. We're losing a lot.
No,
1
no, no, no.
minute.
90. No. 9. Like you're losing 1 second.
Oh,
So-
like each day or like
No,
each
no, no.
minute?
Just
You're like
just
okay.
once. Like-
That's still
But yeah.
a different.
So ready? This is the craziest thing. If you ask Siri, how many days until 2021? I'm just gonna do it on my phone real quick. Here, I'll put
Bet.
the volume up. All right, ready?
Uh-huh.
So, sec. Ready? How many days until 2021?
It's 315 days until then.
That's
Isn't that
so
crazy,
crazy.
man?
I just realized it. 2021 just happened.
Yeah, you
That was
realize?
slow as hell, but that's crazy.
I know, right? Like, and
Siri's
that's Siri.
messed up.
That's like Google, like the
Exactly.
actual-
People say technology is smarter than humans. Like,
Yeah,
then how do you
it has all
explain
the
this? Like,
answers.
what even like?
Yeah, that can't be like. It's crazy, man.
Bro, what if we're like all dead? Like the Earth like ended and like we're just like I don't even know how to explain
Bro,
it. But
this,
what if like
that's a good. That's kind of like the simulation thing.
what if
we-
we're like in a simulation? Like we're not alive anymore and we're just like going
Yeah.
on along with the simulation of
This could be like, yeah, we could have just like switched to another thing. Also, like, we could even just be like in a coma right now. Like you,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like I could be like in a coma. You could be in a coma. You never know.
That's crazy. Like
And then there's this theory. You know when you think you hear your name getting called?
yeah, a lot's been
That
that's
people-
been happening a
people-
lot.
Really, people say, or you're in a coma. People say that that's actually your family like
Oh
talking to
my
you.
god, that's crazy. That is, I just thought of that. That's so scary. Like sometimes just
Yeah.
randomly, I just feel like
Uh-huh.
someone's like calling my name. Or like,
Especially if you hear it clearly, like, remember
Uh-huh.
your sister's story?
yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like we were like
Yeah.
at like
It's like
a
she'll hear
different
it
house,
clearly,
just like
like
outside and stuff. And
your
my
voice.
sister said she heard my voice.
calling her name.
Calling her name. Like that's crazy because we were nowhere near the house.
But I don't know, because then wouldn't I be conscious in my own life if such
Yeah,
stuff
I
happens
feel
to
like-
you? I
Uh-huh.
don't know.
And
Unless
then-
this is just a part of my coma.
The crazy thing, after she heard the name being called, we came back from like where
Yeah, we were like far.
We were far, but we came back pretty fast, and then like there was no one around here to like call her
Yeah,
name. No one
especially-
really knows her name besides us and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
our
yeah.
family and stuff, or maybe our friends. But
And like,
like,
she was home alone. It's crazy, man.
that's crazy.
But also, it's kind of random, but do you want to know something kind of crazy? Which is
Mhm.
kind of, so they did this thing where they weighed a body when it was like alive, like almost like dead, and then they weighed it after when it is dead, and it was the difference. And so the soul has weight.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that kind of crazy? It's not
really
like a
is.
lot, but there was a little difference.
that is crazy. Is
Yeah,
there
right.
like no other explanations for that? Just
Well,
like,
there's nothing else. It was like it's alive, and then it's like and then dead. You know.
so like you weigh less, I guess. You
Yeah,
weigh
like
more
your
when-
soul weighs. It's kind of
That's
sick,
crazy.
you know.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
There's like that's just an example of the amount of things that we're finding out each day. Like
Exactly.
new things are being found out
so many
about
people
like
in all these like,
the earth, like the human body, and like all that.
yeah,
So many different things happening. Like
yeah, It's
natural
crazy.
disasters are like have been like that just like it just came out of nowhere. But natural disasters like they've been happening a lot, like fires or like I don't know, but like
Yeah,
people were
the
saying
2020
global warming was happening, but like now it's like constantly snow and like
yeah.
coldness. This is like one of the coldest years we've gotten in terms of like snow and like
It's
weather. So
crazy, man.
weather in general is changing. Like
Yeah, it's so weird. Like last year we had no snow, at least like New Jersey.
also over the summer there was so much like huge thunderstorms. Like power went out. Like
yeah,
flooding. Like I'm saying massive thunderstorms. Like they were like loud
crazy.
lightning and like
yeah.
thunderstorms.
Oh
like
yeah.
we don't normally get
But what
that.
happened like down the block? It was so
Uh-huh.
loud, man.
Like I just remember like the power, or what happened like 2 years ago. The power went out like for a good like 5 hours or so, and like it was crazy.
It's crazy. Even now, it's just like power lines blowing up. We're losing power. Internet's been kind of trash.
The Wi-Fi, yeah,
Yeah.
that just brings up the
other
stuff
thing.
with the Wi-Fi going, like headaches and all that, like
Yeah.
weird stuff happening lately.
I kind of believe that.
I do too. It's just such like it can't be a coincidence. The amount of things that are like happening to me and like other people, and like the headache stuff. I've been getting a lot like for the past last week, and like maybe not as much this week, but last week and like
kind of headaches, but not. I usually never get them.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
I've just been felt weirdish,
Yeah, kind of. It's just an off.
different. I don't know if it's just because it's like winter here and like all that, but like it's just off. Something's
Yeah.
off. Something is
For
not
sure.
right.
It's weird, man.
And like I feel like everything's been off ever since 2021 happened.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show that like who knows if we're even in 2021 or we're just
Yeah.
like
This could be like, I don't even know, man.
it's crazy.
Also, another thing about that thing with the Adam and Eve thing.
Mhm.
There's another theory that the media was actually a UFO, and we're the aliens, because there was no humans, you know, and
Mhm.
we're probably completely different to animals. So
Yeah,
then the aliens just repopulated.
that is crazy. We could
But then
be
wouldn't
just
we
like,
have? No, actually, we wouldn't have thoughts because only they would remember.
uh-huh.
Because the people, their children, only have new memories on Earth,
Yeah.
which is their home. I don't know though.
Then again, there's like theories of how like we like evolved from monkeys and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
so like
that's
there's
it.
different stuff.
Mm.
Which there's like I feel like there's more proof of that
Yeah, bro.
than like
It's just
that's crazy
Yeah.
though. Like the long journey that we had, like we evolved from like straight monkeys to like
yeah.
humans with like a lot of hair, and then slowly made our way to the way we look
I
now.
know,
Like
right? It's
that's also a crazy thing. Just to look back, I saw this photo of like the difference. Like we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like went from like monkey straight to human and all that. Like,
it's crazy.
which also makes me like cavemen were a thing and all that. Like, do you believe
Yeah.
in cavemen and all that?
Well, probably like the first people that were kind of there.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
That's pretty much people like
Uh-huh.
living in caves.
Mm. Yeah. It's weird, but times were so different back then. That's like the exact opposite of nowadays with technology and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Doing everything on your own.
And
stuff.
some people say that the cavemen, like those times, is where you got your gut instinct from, because like they knew when an animal was watching them or where everything
Oh, yeah,
was.
they were
So like
smart, bro.
now we
And now-
also sometimes have that gut instinct that something's like watching us,
Yeah,
or like
maybe
we
that's
know that
it.
we're like being followed or something. And they knew we're like when animals were like following
Maybe that
them, or
means
like
something
where
actually is.
animals were and all that. So like
Yeah,
it does make sense.
it's crazy.
Lots of things like connect, and like
Yeah.
when you really think about it, so many things connect, and like all these things.
It's weird.
Mhm.
There's this theory that so there's two theories kind of about Antarctica, but it's like a weird place. But so there's one that I don't know if it's real, but there was like a pilot or something, some type of like jet or something was flying like over it, and then there was this big hole in the middle, as he says, and he went into it. It is probably not real, but like, and he went into it, and there was like people living in there, like into
So,
the
like, a
earth.
whole
Like
new
the inside of the
generation?
earth is not what you think it is. It's not like what they tell you.
That could be. Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
If there is, but like,
Imagine.
would those
'Cause
people
not a lot
like
of people go there.
never have seen the sun? Would they be living
Oh,
underground and weird?
But they probably think it's just like normal for them. They don't even know.
What I'm trying
We could be. We could be in that situation, man. The sky could be like a screen or something. We
you
could
never
be
know.
inside of Earth.
That really reminded of like that story that I already brought up on the podcast, the city of Ember.
Yeah.
They lived underground with just lights and like just straight up
Yeah.
underground.
Yeah.
Like that could actually happen. Like that's just a crazy coincidence. Like
Yeah. Actually.
it's weird.
There's another one about how they like went there. I don't know if it's real, but and then there was this sound recorded, and it was like really loud. It was like just like kind of like
Mhm.
like noise, and it was like really loud. So it wasn't any animal. And then I saw another thing about it. Like it wasn't the same thing. That was a TikTok. But then a while ago, I watched it on TV. People went there and they like saw something in the water, like I don't know if it's real because it kind of sounds unrealistic, but
Then again, though, it's in
because like
the ocean.
why does like no one? Well, because it's freezing, but like you know how people like go there and stuff, and
Then again, it's in the ocean. Like the ocean's like so
Bro.
unexplored.
it's kind of scary.
Like there could have just been like some big weird animal
Yeah,
thing,
'cause,
and then like
You don't really go. So we could search under the ocean, at the beach levels, because that's the beach. But when
Uh-huh.
it's freezing water like that, we can't really explore.
yeah, I haven't really heard any scientists like going in Antarctica
Yeah,
type
for-
water, like the Arctic Ocean, I think,
Yeah,
or
there's probably a lot of stuff there.
and that just brings me to another point that I had. It's like there's like the deepest part of the ocean. Like I think people have it's called like the Mariana Trench.
I think I heard that name before.
It's like I don't know if there might be deeper parts because I don't know if we haven't explored like a lot of the ocean. You
Sickening.
never know, but like that, just like going that's like deeper than like
That's scary. Imagine being down there.
basically. I don't know if people have been to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, but like I don't think people can go. Just robotic like submarines, like
Uh-huh.
submarines and stuff, because like the air pressure or like the pressure down there
Oh yeah.
is too like it's not good, and like basically we might like I don't even know what's gonna happen there.
Now with the new with the future coming, you know, they
Uh-huh.
can build stuff probably.
That's kind of the same as like space, like the pressure up in space and the pressure underwater. Like you
Yeah.
kind of have to stay
We're,
in
like
the middle.
In the middle. That's
You
weird.
can't go
That's a good thought.
up
bro.
and like you can't go up or down because we're like forced to stay in the
Yeah.
middle. That's like a
Crazy.
good theory. That gave me kind of goosebumps. Like,
Yeah,
what
that's
if we're
sick.
just like trapped here by
Now when you
something?
think about it, it's kind of just like that. We're trapped
Uh-huh.
in like a straight.
There's like a lot above us, like space, and a lot under us, like water and all that, and the earth and like the center of the earth.
Yeah. But what's I gonna say?
But the crazy thing that I just thought about right now with the center of the earth theory, like some people believe that there's like an island or something in the center of the earth. Like there was
Okay.
this book called like and this movie created that I watched, like The Center of the Earth, and like some people found a way in through a cave, and there's like this beautiful island or
Ooh,
something. Like
that's sick.
it's hot there, like 130
Oh, yeah,
or
'cause
so
isn't it,
degrees,
like-
because it's closer to the center of the earth. But I mean, like it's like a very beautiful island, like
I can see that. And there's like
Uh-huh.
water.
and like water and
Yeah.
like nature and like crazy different
That's
things.
sick.
But like that's probably very like unrealistic or
Yeah.
like whatever. But there's books and like movies written on it and like all that
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, it could be true though, you know.
Yeah, you never know.
What are like some of the best resources you have that helped you along the way of your like success with anything, like just doing better things with yourself, or like one of your like ideas for your channels?
That's a good question.
Like for me, I would say if it's like working out or stuff like that, it's just like motivation. Like even if it's videos
Uh-huh.
or just like some movies maybe.
Motivation. And I
Motivation.
guess like surrounding
It's a
yourself with good
important
people.
thing.
Like a big thing is surrounding ourselves with
Yeah.
good people, because like I don't really
It's
have
like
that
people
many
can
like people that I
motivate.
trust, but the fact that
You
we
think-
hang out all the time and all that, like
Yeah.
it's just like I feel
You- you
motivated
think
whenever
that-
we hang out to do more
Same,
like
exactly. If we're
things
just
and, like-
talking and we start something, like music or something. Also, music. I just said that.
yeah, music is a big factor, and motivational videos.
For sure.
But like that's the thing about us, like the fact that like when we put our mind to
We're
something,
close.
we'll do it.
For sure. Cause like,
Just like-
us, like we don't take no as answer. You know,
Uh-huh.
find another way or something. Also, you always need that person. It's not a
Mhm.
lot of people have, but like even if it's just like close friend or like cousin, sibling, just to
Yeah.
talk to, you know.
You definitely
So
need that
it's
someone
great.
that like can understand you and like is on the same level as you and like can understand
Yeah.
everything and like all
Sure.
that and like
Who are 3 people who have been like influencing you along like?
mhm,
Okay, I didn't say that good. Like,
influence you
yeah,
along your like journey.
Who's
and,
3
like,
people that like influence you? It could be like family.
probably like family is like my mom,
Yeah, probably.
my
I
like
agree.
I'll put my mom, my dad, and my sister on the same level as one, I guess, or
Okay,
like
yeah, I
that.
agree.
And, like,
Family.
you would pretty much, or like
Yeah.
I don't know if like
the cousin
Uh-huh.
for sure, because they can just like really, even if like if I'm feeling down or something, just
Uh-huh.
hanging out or
Yeah.
like the motivation is
I don't even
also.
know.
So it could even be kind of like some like of those YouTubers, not because you know how YouTubers always don't do like that stuff, but just some people that
I don't really have an exact name, but like YouTubers that like put their mind to something and then they do it, and
but
especially like
mostly
business YouTubers and all that. Because
business.
I've learned to look at like everything I do as like a business standpoint. So like I always work to get the best out of it and like potentially earn money from what I'm doing and like
Mhm.
become successful from everything that I do. Like music, I'm trying to get like at the top of music or like the top of YouTube podcast making or all that. So
Mhm.
I'm just I think of everything as like a business standpoint and like at least this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's- Yeah, I gotta agree with the family.
And that's definitely like the number one.
Yeah, no, family,
cousins, yeah, all that.
I think.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, alright. If you can go back in time and tell like your younger self something, what would it be?
That's a good one because I would want to. I don't know, because I would want to say like I don't really want to change anything because I don't
Yeah,
really
you don't wanna
regret
mess
my
anything.
life. But
Yeah,
like
yes.
I don't know. The one thing
Just
I
like
would say,
some words of like this,
this is just gonna be like the
or it
most
could be
random
like
thing.
it could be a point in time if you want.
This is like probably the most random thing. Like no one would really think about it. But like when I was like 5 or like 6 years younger, I wish I like told myself to start YouTube earlier, because back then it was so much easier to grow on YouTube or any social media platform due to the fact that not everyone, like I mean everyone, like is on social media. Even your grandma is on social media nowadays.
That's a lit thing about us, because most people they'll have dreams since they're like children, and they'll only accomplish it when they're past school, past all that stuff. But we're already like starting.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Like we're
Yeah,
starting
it's good
early.
if you like start like.
Like I would say even now is early-ish. Like people who
sure.
start YouTube like 5 years from now, they're gonna have even more competition
Mhm.
or like social media and all that. And
For sure.
especially now with TikTok,
Yeah,
you
it's
could
big
blow up
help.
so easily on that.
More things.
That's like the biggest platform at the moment. I would say
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
number
for
one,
sure.
YouTube number two,
I think
definitely.
easiest is probably TikTok so far. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then YouTube. Yeah, that's the biggest two that you would want to grow a platform on.
Yeah.
And maybe Instagram, but I'm not really an Instagram kind of guy at the moment.
Sometimes I go
Instagram's
on
kind
it.
of old for me at this point.
Same. Back then, definitely Instagram was.
The only three things I use now is like TikTok, YouTube, and Snap.
Yeah.
Snap to text to people, and like no one even uses like messages on their phone anymore. It's just like Snapchat now. Like, can I get your Snap is all you
That's a
say
big
pretty
thing.
much.
Facts.
Literally.
And maybe the older people
Uh-huh.
will be like, it'll go to Snap to Insta to like phone.
Uh-huh.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's like the new thing.
And then the boomer with the Facebook.
That's like so old. But like there's still, surprisingly, there's still a lot of people that use Facebook. But I feel like that's the older generations.
Yeah, that's
not
kinda
really
good
used.
then,
Yeah.
Just to have that.
Because it's just like them and not like any of the newer.
Because they
kids
didn't
and all
have what
that.
we had when we were their age. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah. So this is kind of random. Fun fact: there's these like cables that go from North America to Europe to South America that connect the internet under the ocean.
That actually is a thing.
Yeah. Isn't that
How?
I
Who
know,
put
right?
the cables there?
I don't even know.
Like
That-
under
it's not
at
sick.
the bottom?
Like
That's
it's a
crazy.
good question.
Under like the ground.
Like
of the
kind of
earth?
like yeah,
They wouldn't be floating, so obviously they're under
Yeah.
like the ground of the earth.
but like something like that.
That's crazy though. I feel like that's a
Yeah.
lot of the ocean like
And
explored.
They're like, well, it doesn't have to go that. That's a good. I've never thought of it like that. But all I know is it's like somewhere like that. Even if it's like deep, because no one goes down there. If it's just like hanging down, but man, that's crazy, right? Like, and they're
Really is.
like if you weigh them because they're so big, and like the weight's crazy.
That's just like reminding me of history or something when I like learned about like some like exchange passage or something where like they would exchange from North America, Europe, and like South America goods and like food from here would go to Europe, and like
Oh.
Europeans would give food, and like the older
just,
like
like,
200 when they would exchange like sugar
Oh,
or
yeah.
like all
No
that.
more, there wasn't buying, just like trading.
So like that would like the same route, the triangle
Oh,
with like boats and all that they would take from one country to the
Ooh.
other, and like all that from one
probably
continent.
some-
Yeah, North
I
America.
don't even know,
something
man. Don't
like-
be asking me that.
Continents, I think. Yeah. But yeah, that's like
It's crazy.
it really is.
Imagine having to do that.
It's a lot. Just like
Being a worker like that, man. Shout out to those dudes.
uh-huh.
Also, shout out to like, kind of like the managers to the big people, because those are the people that do like all the work and don't get noticed at all. Like people that are like
The managers,
like the big rappers or celebrities, you know.
the managers
they're
have
not-
to do so much work.
Exactly.
They have
and
to
stuff.
set up where to
They
go.
have to do
like,
the work.
all this.
They're
Yeah.
just living life to people. They're getting the money,
Uh-huh.
and then they're getting all the fame. You know, we have to give some like to them.
Uh-huh. That's
Yeah.
like the thing. And sometimes there's like managers that like work so hard, but like
Exactly.
don't get paid that
Or just,
much
like,
because.
True that.
But when you think about it, sometimes they do more than the actual person like that has the fame. Like behind the scenes, they're like constantly working towards like helping them and like trying to grow their like business and all that. So like
Yeah. For sure.
there's so many things out there. But yeah.
But yeah, man. So, about that other thing, everyone, just right now, even if it's just starting off like small, you don't have to do all these crazy things, like all these little, even if it's just something small, you don't have to take cold showers or that. Just waking up at an early time and being able to get out of bed or just in your out of your comfort zone, and then you can grow from that.
That's step
Like,
one.
Yeah.
Like take small
the
steps and
small
grow.
steps, yeah, baby steps, for sure. So yeah.
That's a big thing. Definitely.
And especially, this is like another thing about the mind. In the morning, this is like a fact. In the morning, when you want to wake up, that's when your mind will make the most excuses.
Mhm.
But like you have to just get past that because you're stronger in the mind. And the excuses, like, you know, you really shouldn't have them because they're just excuses. When you could be just getting past them and doing these things, because like honestly, like what's stopping you? It's not like you're too tired, or like if you're like don't have enough money or didn't get enough sleep, or is the real thing stopping you?
Is that like kind of like with the mind thing? Like, is your mind?
Yeah,
Because like,
'cause-
are you actually really tired, or is it just your mind
Yeah,
telling you you're
exactly.
tired? Because for me,
sure.
once I wake up, I'm not tired.
And once you do the grind stuff that gets you out of your zone, that's when you feel better. You know, when you do nothing, that's when you're tired.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
For sure.
Also, one of the craziest things I saw the other day on TikTok is like this video, which basically it said like, let's say you have $86,400 to spend in one day. Like, wouldn't you want to spend all of it? Because if you don't, you won't get it back. Well, basically, you have 86,400 seconds in a day, so you got to spend every single one of those seconds because you're never gonna get them back after that day. Like once that day passes, those seconds are gone, and like you'll look back on it and like let's just say you didn't do anything, then it's like all that passed for nothing. You can't take time for granted. You really got to like make every single second count.
That's sick.
Like it was like
Holy.
crazy. The way I looked at it, like that just like that
Bro,
quote hit
that-
hard on like
honestly.
YouTube. Right?
It's like use every second, you know.
Like even just the smallest seconds, like you just gotta use everything,
Yeah.
do everything to the most.
There's time to waste, even if it's just like because you age every second, you know, you're missing out on stuff. You're gonna make the memories that are good. Alrighty, that's a wrap. Make sure you follow us. TikTok, dream_different_podcast. It'll be in the description.
Here we basically just post like small clips of
Yeah,
like
small
the
clips,
podcast
you know.
and all that. So
It's
yeah.
lit. Might get some like stuff we're gonna.
And the other thing is like we've been talking about like in these podcasts, like I've always said that I have this other scary channel, and so basically I made like
Do the
this other
scary
channel,
stories.
scary
It's lit.
stories. It's like true
Check
ones
them
and all
out.
that. So Mr. Fear Horror Stories on YouTube.
Yeah, drop a like if you enjoyed.
Uh huh.
Peace.